I have a problem. And the only cure is more cowbell. No, but I do have a problem. And it's the fact that I love both the Darkest Before and fusion rifles. And you can't use them together. I'm not including Bastion and Arbalest. I mean regular fusion rifles like Main Ingredient, Telesto, and Zealot's Reward. So what do you do if you love both Darkest Before and fusions? Well, the answer is the Time-Worn Spire. The Time-Worn Spire is an Iron Banner rapid-fire pulse that was last available in Season 13, so hopefully you held on to some rolls from then. Compared to Darkest Before, the Time-Worn Spire has 8 less range, 1 more stability, 1 less handling, 5 less reload speed, 4 more aim assist, and a recoil direction of 60 versus Darkest Before's 64. That 60 recoil direction makes it the perfect candidate for a counterbalance mod to bring it up to 75, which is a perfectly vertical recoil. Darkest Before can gain some additional recoil direction from its barrel mods, so you could probably get away with an Icarus mod on that. If you were to just look at the base stats, I would conclude Darkest Before has the edge. However, the Time-Worn Spire has vastly different possible perk combinations, and this is where things get interesting. For starters, you know how it has 8 less range? Well, that doesn't matter because Time-Worn Spire rolls with scopes instead of barrels. And with the Rifle Scope ST, you get plus 6 zoom and 11 range, giving you a total of 23 zoom. The magazine column between both weapons is identical, with the top pick being high caliber rounds to apply that extra flinch to your opponent, followed by ricochet rounds for the 5 range, 9 stability. The third column has some great PvP options with quick draw, moving target, under pressure, and slideways. Finally, in the last column we have access to the unique Iron Banner perks Iron Gaze, Iron Reach, and Iron Grip, but there's also One for All, Vorpal, and Rampage. So what do we get when we load both of these up with optimal perks? My personal god roll Time-Worn has the Rifle Scope ST, high caliber rounds, moving target, Iron Grip, and a range masterwork. This roll in my opinion is 4 to 5 perfect. The only thing I would even consider changing would be the range masterwork to stability. Comparing this to a god roll Darkest Before, we have a max range of nearly 46 meters thanks to the 23 zoom. Yeah, you heard that right. 46 meters compared to Darkest Before's 33 or 34 depending on the barrel you choose. This can outrange even the most range-stacked messenger. Time-Worn can hit a stability of 72 to Darkest Before's 53. Now, Darkest Before can roll surplus, which is what I would personally go for, which can bring stability up to 58, 68, 78 for 1, 2, and 3 charged abilities respectively. Now, after looking back at a bunch of footage, I would average between having 1 and 2 charged abilities up throughout a match. Running bottom tree arc, I drop my rift on cooldown, I toss my grenades pretty liberally, so I spend most of the match with only 1 or 2 abilities up at any given time. While with Time-Worn, I will always have that 72 stability, and potentially up to 81 if you have a stability masterwork. Handling and reload is where Darkest Before shits all over Time-Worn Spire, especially if you're running surplus, which makes it excellent for quick swapping to a shotgun for cleanup. Now I counter the low handling and reload of Time-Worn with the fitting aspects, pulse rifle targeting, pulse loader, and pulse dexterity. Yeah, that's a lot to dedicate to one weapon, but it covers all the weapon's shortcomings, leaving it with 0 weaknesses. And really, what else are you going to run in those slots? I mean, the majority of your kills should be coming from your primary weapon anyway, so why not put everything you have into it? Now, if the majority of your kills are not coming from your primary, then that's a discussion for another day. And the last stat here is aim assist, with Time-Worn having a 14-point lead thanks to moving target, being able to hit a juicy 94 with a targeting mod on your helmet. This makes Time-Worn Spire a headshot magnet thanks to its high zoom, aim assist, and range stat. When the Darkest Before was added to the Prophecy Dungeon loot pool, I went and got a solid roll immediately and fell in love with it. The aesthetics, sound, and feel of the weapon made me realize how much I love rapid-fire pulses in PvP, and I immediately switched off at hand cannons. If you're like me and you can't quite jive with the Messenger and the other high-impact pulses, the rapid fires are much more forgiving due to their faster fire rate, and they're fantastic dueling weapons. I had been running Darkest Before with either Chaperone or Blasphemer, but I really wanted to run a fusion rifle, which inevitably led me to digging through my vault to see what options I may have overlooked in the kinetic slot. Somehow the Time-Worn Spire had fallen completely off my radar, but I'm glad that Darkest Before led me back to it. It truly is a beast of a PvP weapon, made all the better by being kinetic, allowing you to run your favorite fusion rifle alongside it. So if you like the Darkest Before, check your vault and see if you have any Time-Worn Spire rolls in there. Hopefully you held on to some from Season 13. And that'll let you pair it with your favorite fusion or maybe another special energy weapon you haven't been able to use. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this review and comparison.
Oh my god. Oh my god, another map.